Welcome to another explainer. Today we're taking a vital set of safety guidelines and turning them into an everyday survival guide. We're zeroing in on a seriously high-stakes environment, driving a bus or a taxi during the brutal peak of a UAE summer. Just picture this. You're maneuvering a heavy commercial vehicle on a surface that actually hits 70 degrees Celsius. That is literally hot enough to fry an egg right there on the asphalt. It's the intense daily reality of UAE's summer roads. Up at those temperatures, the rules of physics kinda change in your tires. They basically become a ticking clock if you don't manage them perfectly. So we've taken these comprehensive safety rules and distilled them down into a highly practical guide for you. It's packed with crucial data, but we're going to break it down so you know exactly what to do and, just as importantly, what to avoid at every single stage of your shift. The absolute core of all of this comes down to one simple truth. Tires are the only contact between the vehicle and the road. Think about that for a second. The entire weight of your bus, your passengers, all that forward momentum, it all relies completely on just a few square inches of rubber touching boiling asphalt. Wild, right? Here's how we're breaking down your shift today. 1. Pre-trip checks save lives. 2. Heat smart driving habits. 3. Spotting danger in motion. And 4. Maintenance is non-negotiable. Let's jump right into the first part. Pre-trip checks save lives. Taking just 2 minutes for these specific steps before you even turn the key helps you spot small defects before the massive heat magnifies them. Do a quick visual walk-around. Look for nails, check for bulges, and make sure your tread depth is actually legal. Seriously, in 70-degree heat, a tiny morning cut turns into a catastrophic afternoon failure real fast. Notice the stark contrast we've got here. You absolutely must verify your pressure when the tires are cold using only the manufacturer's recommended PSI. Why? Because if you drive on underinflated tires, your risk of an accident skyrockets. You're only going to get an accurate reading before that rubber hits the hot road. Moving on to Section 2, Heat Smart Driving Habits. Now, you might be wondering why we're stressing tire pressure so heavily. You hear it all the time, right? But let's ask this vital question to truly understand the mechanics at play. Why exactly is low air pressure your biggest enemy right now? The answer is severe overheating. See, when a tire is underinflated, it sags and flexes way more as it rolls. That extra flexing creates massive internal friction. When you combine that internal friction with 70-degree external road heat, the air inside expands violently. The result? A massive blowout risk. It's literally the major cause of tire bursts in the UAE summer. To prevent this heat buildup, you need to build some heat-smart habits. Reduce your speed in extreme heat and maintain a safe following distance so you never have to slam on those brakes. And please, never overload the vehicle. Excess weight physically crushes the tires down, which instantly spikes their internal temperature and pressure to incredibly dangerous levels. Here's another set of crucial habits. While parking in the shade is fantastic for protecting the rubber, we have a highly counterintuitive rule here. Never, ever release air when your tires are hot. Because heat naturally causes pressure to rise while driving, you might look at them and think they're overinflated. But if you let air out then, they will be dangerously underinflated the moment they cool down. Let's head into Section 3, Spotting Danger in Motion. If you experience any of these red flags while you're out on your route, like a sudden vibration you can feel or the steering pulling heavily to one side, do not ignore them. This isn't just a quirk of the road. It could mean dangerous tire separation or a severe wheel issue. Oh, and if you catch an abnormal burning rubber smell, that is an immediate, urgent signal of severe overheating. Always use your refueling stops or quick brakes to visually check your tires. And avoid hitting curbs or potholes at all costs. Sure, it might just feel like a minor bump inside the cabin, but hitting a curb can cause invisible internal sidewall damage and completely ruin your wheel alignment. And bad alignment acts like a cheese grater on your tires in this extreme heat. Finally, Section 4, Maintenance is non-negotiable. Your workshop is literally your ultimate line of defense. Sticking strictly to your company's replacement schedule is vital because that summer heat aggressively rots old rubber. Getting regular alignments and rotating your tires doesn't just save money on uneven wear, it guarantees you actually have the stopping power you need if a child suddenly runs out into the street. This brilliantly illustrates your true power as a professional driver. Reporting an abnormality or defect to your supervisor immediately isn't causing a delay. Immediate action prevents major roadside incidents. Delaying a workshop inspection or risking a shift on worn-out tires that have lost their grip drastically increases your risk of skidding and losing control of the vehicle. Smooth driving is absolutely key. You want to avoid harsh braking, sudden acceleration, or sharp cornering, which puts extreme stress on the rubber. Crucially, don't overinflate your tires thinking it makes them safer. That actually reduces your road grip. And never mix different tire types on the same axle. Doing that throws off the vehicle's balance, distributes heat unevenly, and completely undermines your steering control. We're going to wrap up this explainer with one final thought. It really all comes down to 2 minutes. Just 120 seconds of visual checking before you face that blistering 70-degree heat can literally prevent a life-threatening disaster. Your passengers are trusting you with their lives today, so you have to ask yourself, right before you turn that key, are your tires truly ready for today's shift?